Picture this. Listen to someone tell you their story of climbing to the summit of Mount Everest. It's almost always an awesome story. Then imagine this, standing 100 miles away from Mount Everest, and you can see the entire mountain. You can see the top of it. You can see all the peaks and valleys and the terrain and the foliage and the trees all up beside it. It is just absolutely majestic. Or flying past Mount Everest on an airplane, and you can almost feel as if you can reach out and touch it, and it's so beautiful. However, the closer you get to the foot of the mountain, the less you can see, and the more ominous and overwhelming it appears. To some, it can be even scary. I want to take this analogy of Mount Everest, the story of Mount Everest, and make it an analogy about using LinkedIn as a business tool, because they're relevant. You hear more and more people talk about using LinkedIn and the value they're getting from it, how it's helping them to grow their business and grow their networks and grow their brand. You hear people talking about the connections they've made and the conversations they get into and the overall value they're getting out of using LinkedIn as a business tool. It sounds intriguing. It sounds like it's something that you too want to do. But yet, when you get on LinkedIn and you're not sure what to do, and you look at all the pieces involved in it, it can be overwhelming. When you look at the news feed and your LinkedIn profile and groups and events and connections and invites and company pages and showcase pages and insights and social selling and the LinkedIn search and engagement and sharing and content sharing and messaging and the mobile app and sales navigator, it can be overwhelming. Sort of like standing at the foot of Mount Everest. Just as with climbing Mount Everest, in order to be successful using LinkedIn as a business tool, you have to plan. You have to make your plans before you get started. Often, LinkedIn members in business development roles, they give up on LinkedIn because they didn't have a plan, because they weren't able to execute a plan effectively. So for over 11 years now, I've been guiding my clients in the planning process, which includes determining who their target audience is and discovering who their influencers are before they get started. Because if you don't do this planning, you'll never be able to effectively achieve success using LinkedIn as a business tool. Knowing who your target audience is, knowing who their influencers are, although that might be the first step, that's not all you have to do when you're planning to use LinkedIn as a business tool. Just as with climbing Mount Everest, you'll need to collect and prepare the materials you'll need. Besides the basics of a profile picture and contact information and information you're going to use to build your about section, etc., you'll need to find out what are the keywords and phrases that are important to your target audience so that when they read your content, it resonates with them. So that when they're searching for someone like you using those keywords, they'll find you. Now, you'll also need to gather the stories that you'll use throughout your LinkedIn profile and your company page and maybe even the content that you write. You'll also need to put together a plan for relevant content curation, creation, sharing, posting. Otherwise, when you get to that part of the journey, you'll end up pausing because you're confused and you don't clearly know which way to go. Just as climbing Mount Everest, you'll need to exercise. You'll need to practice so that you can become good at using LinkedIn as a business tool. On LinkedIn, you'll discover that taking small steps practicing different areas of the platform, experimenting with different tactics and different messaging and different content styles is how you will master using LinkedIn as a business tool. Trying to bust through this and climb to the top of that mountain as fast as you can won't work. You'll either suffer doing it or you'll give up too quickly. And that won't be beneficial. So think about LinkedIn and compare it to Mount Everest. Prepare. Collect all the things you need. Practice and experiment. And be deliberate about your journey. Deliberate about your target audience. Deliberate about your messaging. And you'll find that this mountain called LinkedIn can be scalable and enjoyable and rewarding along the way. I'm Teddy, your LinkedIn strategist. That's my analogy story for the week. Before you go, let me share with you a new program I put together, and this is a webinar series. It's 2 group webinars with bonuses. And these are really focused on business professionals who want to quickly get into some of the best practices, tactics, and philosophies of using LinkedIn, purposely focused on their business goals. So I put this together where the first session is all about helping you get focused on your target audience and their influencers and help you get focused on the right words you need to use so you can build out the most professional LinkedIn profile that you can. And then the second session, which is a group session, is we talk about the best practices and tactics of networking on LinkedIn. We get into conversations about social conversations and social sharing. And we also touch on the importance of social listening using Sales Navigator and on LinkedIn. Now, everyone who shows up and registers for this webinar series will also get all 4 of the ebooks that I've produced for my corporate accounts. But furthermore, I'm also providing another bonus, and that is everyone who signs up for this will also get 1 hour of personal one-on-one coaching. That's where we spin out of the group setting and I talk with you deliberately focused on your needs and your goals and helping you overcome your challenges using LinkedIn as a business tool. I've put this together for business professionals who don't have enough time to do my bigger programs and they want to really start mastering using LinkedIn as a business tool today. So this is across 2 weeks at the most, a day a week. I'm going to give you a lot of value, going to give you a lot of resources and help you master using LinkedIn so that you can grow your business, so you can grow your book of business, so you can grow your pipeline and start getting real value out of the use of LinkedIn as a business tool. So check it out. Feel free to send me any message, ask me any questions about the program. I'd be glad to help you understand what I'm trying to do to help you. And I look forward to you showing up to one of these webinar series that we do. Thank you.